Good afternoon, everybody. This is Regan Adams with All Things Regan. Thank you for joining me for Regan Says. So really quick before I get started talking, I wanted to talk to you guys about an upcoming event that I have coming up on the 28th of this month. It is called Ice Cream Social. So I did a whole video about it. It is for women only. Yes, I cater to women. Sorry, fellas, not sorry. So anyway, ladies, if you just want to get together and meet some new ladies, if you want to get together and talk about some things or even hear about some different topics that we're going to be talking about, we're going to try to meet once a month. We're meeting with therapist Melanie Hickman, and she is going to just kind of help us get through a few things, whatever it is. So maybe the first meetup, it's not going to be really serious. None of them are going to be serious because I'm not necessarily a serious person. But we'll just get topics that you guys want to talk about and talk about them. It is a safe space for you to come and talk. She's going to give us tools to be able to handle different things. I'm really excited that she even said that she would do it because she's super duper busy. She's a mother, she's a wife, she has a full-time job, she has a lot on her plate, but she's willing to see the vision that I have for making sure that our women are healthy and whole from the inside out. So I'm just glad that she believes in the vision and she's offered to help and extend her services to us. So, you know, ladies, I want you guys to come out. It is $12. We have to pay her, right? And you gotta pay me because I put it together, right? But you're going to get something out of it, and it's a lot cheaper than going to see a therapist on your own. And also, she will be able to meet with you outside of me. So if you feel more comfortable just talking to her, she will be able to get that together for you as well. So come out, meet some new ladies, have some ice cream. If you don't want to eat, you don't have to. But you know, anything that I do is going to involve food because that's just what it is. And the ice cream parlor is super duper cute and the ice cream is good. Y'all know I'm not going to take y'all anywhere I'm not going to go. Right? Right. It is going to be fabulous. So anyway, you guys, make sure that you register for that. Go to allthings.com, allthings.com, All Things Regan. Regan is spelled REGAN.com, and register for that. It's $12, and it's the last Saturday of this month. So let's get into Dating is Dead, Who Killed It, Charlotte. So months ago, I spoke to an event owner that my cousin-in-law hooked me up with that lives here, and we were going to do Dating is Dead, and I kind of just pushed the dates off. If you know me or if you don't know me, when I come up with an event, most of the time they're not planned all the way out. So I will just come up with the date, throw the date up and the name up, and I'll plan it later because I keep an idea of some sort in my back pocket. So I reached out to her, and we had, talks of me using the her event center, and I just kind of put it off, and I didn't contact her anymore. Well, anyway, she ended up calling me a few days ago, and she was like, hey, I've got Cane Cone coming in town. I've got these different things coming in. I would like to sit down and talk to you about maybe some things we can do. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I was like, okay, cool. So planned to meet with her, but then I already knew I was going to do a Dating is Dead here. So we hurry up and got people together to kind of do a meetup. And I reached out to some people kind of last minute who I looked through Charlotte and just kind of asked some questions like, who's this, and, trying to find out, good people to possibly be on the panel. Because one thing that I want for Dating is Dead is I have a high expectation for a lot of different things, and I want to always provide a quality event. And the people who are on the panel that are potentially single, and not even, well, yeah, we'll start with that. So if they're potentially single, I want them to be stable. I don't want them to just kind of be fly by the seat of their pants. Now, everybody has problems, and we all got different things we got to deal with. But I mean, as far as financially stable, maybe have a business, emotionally stable. Like, I look for those things. And so when I do these meetups in these different cities and states, that's what I'm looking for. So I am interviewing people. If I went through your file and I saw you on Facebook, okay, that's round one. Round two is when I actually meet with you and I see how you talk, how you move. Are you who you are on social media? Because, sometimes that can be, two different people. So I want good quality, even with my married couples is what I was trying to say earlier. Not only the singles, but the married. I don't want a marriage, like, we know marriage is not perfect, definitely not. But I want people who are committed to marriage, committed to still looking the part of looking good, not we all torn up and wore out and we look crazy because we've been battling in our marriage. No, because you can still have problems in your marriage and still be working on them, but you still look nice and you still don't look like you've been in a war, right? And you're still able and emotionally stable to talk about what's going on in your marriage to help somebody else. So when everybody came out except a married couple and another fellow that I reached out to, and I've already talked to him. We spoke for an extended period of time last week, and he is super duper excited to be a part of it. So he's already given me his yes, and we've agreed to meet when I come back next month. So I'm going to make sure that I get the panel together, all the way together, and make sure that I have a venue location like nailed down by the next time that I come. So we already have the date, which is September the 11th and the 12th. That first day or night, we're going to be doing like a meetup. I'll talk more in depth about that the closer time we get, because we do want to get pricing out there and things of that nature. And then also like the panel, oh my gosh, listen, y'all, when I say, now we're going to have some good quality people wherever we go, but I'm going to be honest, and that's why I'm doing a video about Charlotte. I am not particular about Charlotte. I'm going to be honest. People are like, oh my gosh, I love Charlotte. I'm not that person. I'm not like, oh man, it's the best place. No, I've never said that. I was never really impressed with Charlotte. I don't know why. It seems really slow. It's almost like being in Knoxville, but it's bigger. They do have a lot of things to do, but I just was like, But I know as a businesswoman and an event planner that Charlotte is a good move for this event or any type of event. Well, mostly any type of event, because it's kind of wide open for you to do your thing. So I was like, okay, even though I'm not really particular about the city, let me just go and do it. And so I had to kind of change my mindset about it. So anyway, once I reached out to the people, they came, and we sat down and we talked. Oh my gosh, everybody was super genuine, super real, very stable, emotionally stable, great intellect, great conversation. Everybody was nice looking, but I'm gonna be honest. Anybody I said that is on my panel can't be ugly. That is one of my strategies. I know that sounds crazy, but it doesn't. Even with which the therapist brought up when we were having a conversation yesterday, he was saying that even with the show Love at First Sight, nobody on there is ugly. So I mean, you don't have a big water buffalo coming through talking about, yeah, well, oops, you love my personality, but I look like this. No. So even on the Dating is Dead panel, I don't care if you're married or you're single, you will not be ugly on the panel. It's just not gonna happen. And I know I have a certain type of male that I would favor to be on there, but I do know there's other types that women may like when I'm looking as far as like single men are concerned. So I think I have a good judge of that, and I have friends that be like, oh girl, and I'll be like, girl, but some people like the light-skinned pretty boy. That is not me. I like rough looking, okay? Football, big guy. So, but I have a little bit of everybody on there. Also, as far as the age range is concerned, I have a little bit more spectrum here as far as ages are concerned. So we're at between ages 30 and 55, and we have that on the panel. But y'all know black don't crack, so we do have a male panelist who's 50 on there, but he looks really, really good. He's a real estate person here. We went to sit over at his house yesterday and get to talk to him a little bit more. Intellect is awesome. He loves like Latin dancing. Like, he's a real man. Listen, the people on the panel here in Charlotte, I know, ladies, if you saw the video, we have real men. And even like the married men, which we're not, checking for the married men, but this is for married people as well. We have real people with real intellect, some grown men on the Charlotte panel. You better hear what I'm saying. And so, ladies, when you coming in here, don't come in here with listen, y'all the single ones, y'all coming in here for some mess. And listen, these men have emotions and feelings that they are ready to talk about, but they don't want to be judged and like, oh, how you feel is wrong. And that was one of the conversations that we had, ladies, is that, when men feel like they're going to be attacked by what they think or how they feel, they shut down. And so with this event, when I say I want it to be raw. I think Shamika Dean says this. I think, yeah, real, raw, and relatable. I don't want fluff. I don't like fluff in my life. I don't like fake people. I don't like fake people, period. And so with my event, specifically this one, I want you to be honest. I know, and like I was telling them, you know, I know we're as black people, we're automatically Christian. I mean, that's just what we're born into. I'm being funny, and we love God, we know God. However, we're still nasty. Like, we have a flesh, right? And a lot of the times those things are not addressed in church. They're not. Me growing up, all they said was don't have sex because God said not to. After that, then what? Because we're living in a world that is full of sex, lust, lies, homosexuality. It's all kind of stuff going on out here. And we need to know how to deal with it. Right? Because even the Bible said our righteousness is a filthy rag. So I don't care how good you think you are, how saved you think you are, you're still nasty. You still have some things in you, me too, that need to be cleaned out. And we have sin. We have that. But I want to talk about that. So listen, I know with this Charlotte event, like, I have a whole new look on Charlotte. I was able to really get out into the city really good this weekend. Look around. Listen, ladies, like, I know Knoxville can be kind of hard as far as dating is concerned, but one thing I will definitely say that I saw or kind of picked up on is when you say be in position to be found, you don't have to necessarily be, I don't know, I don't want to complete that thought, but be in position to be found. We went to several places, but I'm going to talk about one of the places that we went last night. It was called Crave. It was a dessert bar. Well, they have like tapas, so like, you know, different tapas. They have appetizers. They have dessert drinks. They have different alcohol drinks. They have hookah. I don't smoke or drink, but the dessert was listen. That place in there was so cute. Man, listen. And so my friend and I were sitting there and we were just talking, and I looked over and I saw just some men randomly sitting at the bar eating on his phone. Do you know that you can take yourself out? A lot of women are scared to go out by themselves. I mean, they don't even drive the interstate. That's a whole nother situation. But a lot of women are scared to go out and date themselves. And if you're wanting to date, you got to put yourself out there. So I'm thinking, if I was and he was fine. Listen, he was fine. Listen, he was fine. So I'm looking up, I'm like, girl, you see? She was like, yeah. And I was telling her, I said, this will be the time where you just get up, get dressed, go out and sit at the bar with him. Not with him, but be in the position. Because we all know, I've been to pick up to-go food millions of times at the bar or wherever, you know, if you at Texas Roadhouse or whatever, and you going through the pickup thing and you're picking up stuff and you're waiting, Hooters, whatever, people are naturally going to talk to you. So you mean to tell me you can't go to the bar or go to the food place or whatever, get real cute and go sit down and eat, feed yourself, because you probably got to eat anyway, and you see this handsome young man or whoever that's at the bar and you just striking up a conversation, but you're in position to be found. So I'm just saying, like, that. Listen, I'm glad I was able to get out and see the city, get a feel for the city, get a feel for the people that I talked to. Listen, the panel is amazing. That's all my friend kept saying. She was like, girl, you have a good quality of people. And not even only that, but just, you know, for them pouring in their connections to me to even get this thing done. Like, I haven't even been able to work on it. I will probably be doing that this week or after next week when I come back from Nashville, because I got to do the same thing in Nashville again next weekend. But it was just a blessing to be connected to people who are emotionally stable, have adult conversation about their feelings, things that have gone on in their personal life, what they view in relationships, and have a passion about it. So listen, I'm excited. And also, side note, and I'm gonna hurry up and get off of here, I was having a conversation with who I call like my He's like my secret weapon, Robert McGee. So we were talking a week or so ago about some things. I'm not going to talk about it with you because I haven't planned them yet. But we were talking about a certain portion of this event that needs to be an extension of Dating is Dead. And it was just me and him talking. Me and him, probably his wife knows about it, Doug, because, you know, they're married. So pillow talk, you know how that goes. But that's cool because Queen helps me too. He call her Queen, I'm going to call her Queen. So anyway, but they're working on this with me as far as, because they're going to be the MC for probably all of my events. I'm going to be dragging them from city to city as long as they can go. But they have been a really big blessing to me. But he has Robert has a whole lot of different ideas that we just talk about, and he shoots off to me, and I'm just like, yeah, I can see it, blah, blah. And he has vision for this, and he's catching my vision for it, or what God has given me. So that's a blessing too. But me and him have only had this certain conversation. So then I come to the event here where we're having brunch, and we're talking until I have a therapist on the stage at the event, because I'm going to always have two therapists, a man and a woman. And so he said, why don't we, and he said X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to tell you what he said, but it was the exact same thing that me and Robert talked about. And I just had to stop and look. I was like, look, God, listen, this is what we doing today, Jesus? Because I'm telling you, the exact thing that Robert and I talked about is what he said that he wanted to do. And I was like, yes, this is it. And so I'm going to have to come back to Charlotte because I still have a lot of planning to do concerning this. But I'm loving every minute of it. Every minute. Every minute. I'm loving the conversation because I always like to hear what people think and how they think, because everybody thinks different. Even being able to share some of my stuff with my relationship, because some people know, some people don't. And just getting feedback from that, because we need each other. Like, people who are isolated, the enemy isolates you for a reason. He doesn't want you to get help. But I'm telling you, when you put yourself out there to reach out to others, it helps. And especially when it's in a safe space. And we talked about that this weekend as well. So Dating is Dead is definitely going to be a safe space. Anything pertaining to my events is going to be a safe space. And if you come, because sometimes the enemy, he likes to poke his head into things and be nosy and have people say different things and put different things in the atmosphere. But we block him, right? Because God is going to make sure this thing goes forward. Y'all listen, this thing is going to be bigger than I ever expected it to be. I didn't see any of this coming. I'm going to be honest. But one thing that I do know is that when God gave me event planning, and he gives me ideas all the time, he wants to make sure that I continue to go. I went when I had nothing. And I know a lot of people get kind of hung up on getting stuff started, and they're working on it for years and years and years, and nobody's coming. You have one person come, nobody comes, 5 people come. It doesn't matter. You have to start small before you get big. Like, God is just not going to automatically give you 500 people. That doesn't make any sense. How can you handle 500 people and you can't handle one? I've had times, and I'm now trying to encourage somebody, because there's somebody that wants to get something started. I'm like, I don't have enough money. Listen, I'm telling you, and I've said it a million times. When I started, I had no money. When my husband left, he left me with $700. This is my story. He left me with $700, which was his last check, because he worked a few days for the week. He left me with his last check, and he went to prison, and I had to deal with it with a child. 2 houses, car payments, insurance, like all the bills, and he was paying most of the bills. So I had to figure it out. Okay, I didn't have a choice. Like, it was like my business was kind of starting to get a little traction. So at the time, I still wasn't making any money, but I was impacting people because people would inbox me and say, Regan, thank you for X, Y, and Z. And I knew at that point I couldn't stop because I didn't have any money. And so at that point, I was like, okay, well, God said he's going to supply all of my needs, all of them, every single one, all. That means I'm not going to be missing anything. Nothing's missing, nothing's lacking, nothing's broken, nothing's nothing. He's going to provide all of my needs. And so if he called me to impact lives, then he's going to be able to provide for me to be able to do so. And I'm telling you now, I may have things that are behind, because I do. Sometimes I have to do a juggling bit with some things, but I tell you what, I have not missed a beat. I haven't lost anything. I'm still in my house. Still have my rental property. Still have my cars. Matter of fact, glory be to God, next month I will have paid my husband's car off, because he left me with his car payment. He had just bought his car. And not only that car, but I had to buy another car because my car was totaled. I was not in a position to buy another car. You better hear what I'm saying. I was not in a position. And I had to continue to keep going. Like, I didn't have I could have stopped, but then stopped and did what? Me to continue to go in my businesses was my saving grace. I'm going to be honest. Like, I have literally seen God's hand in my life the whole time my husband's been gone. Because I'm going to tell you, I made my husband my God. I can be honest with this. I made him my God, and not intentionally. I didn't put God first. Like, I believed in him. I was saved. But anytime there was a shortcoming in our house, I looked to my husband. So when my husband was taken away from me, and I'm like, Lord, what we gonna do? Well, now you ask me. I could have showed you a long time ago, right? So God spent this time working on me while I was moving my feet, because I wasn't sitting still. Like, God can help you, but you got to do your part too, right? So there's been a full transition since my husband's been gone. Listen. And so there have been many hardships. There are still hardships. But I'm going to keep going. Like, I'm going to keep going. Like, I'm going to keep going. There's nothing that is going to stop me. God's hand is on this thing. God's hand is on my family. God's hand, and when I'm talking about God, I'm talking about Big G. Jesus is his son, because you got to be specific nowadays, because people be talking about the universe. Listen, let me say this again. For the universe people, love y'all. Definitely not discriminating against your beliefs, because if that's what you believe, God bless you. Okay, God bless you. I love everybody. Listen, not judging that, because even God himself gives you free will. Jesus gives you free will to serve him. So who am I to judge you about what and who you believe? I'm not. But I believe in Jesus Christ. Okay, I believe he died for our sins. Okay, and I believe that he is the creator of the universe. And even in business, I don't deal with middlemen if I don't have to. If I don't have to, I don't deal with middlemen. So why would I put my trust in the universe when I can go to the creator of the universe? He's the one who made it. So I'm just saying, he would know. Why would I put it in the universe? Give me the creator. Forget the middleman. But thank God for the universe. We thank him for it. But let me holler at the creator of it. Okay, side note, I'm going to get off my soapbox. That's what this is not about. But somebody need to hear it. Anyway, I'm going to hop off here. Getting ready to go to brunch at one of the I guess there's a pretty popular brunch place here. It's called the Famous Toastery. So we're going to go check that out. And then I'm getting on the road and heading back home so I can kind of rest up, because I have to work tomorrow. So you guys have a blessed day. Y'all stay tuned for Charlotte. The event here is going to be a weekend event. I'm super excited. I will get a hotel, once I figure out where the event center is going to be. I'm going to probably try to work with the hotel. I'm not going to do groups, so we're not fooling with that. I will just try to get a special rate. If I can't, I'll just make a note of different hotels to stay around, or Airbnbs in that area. I'll try to give you that information. I am going to be in Nashville this weekend coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Super excited about that, because I'm going to be with my cousin in love. I also got to see my cousins in love, my husband's cousins. They live here, so they're going to actually be a part of the event. So really excited to see them, because I haven't seen them in a while. And it's just really good stuff. So I'm just excited about life. I'm excited about this event. And I'm gonna let you guys go so I can go. So you have a blessed rest of the day. I'm actually going to see you tomorrow, because I have some things I want to talk about. Ladies, we're going to talk about speaking into your man. So anyway, you guys have a good day. I'm Regan Adams with All Things Regan. This is Regan Says. I think it, I see it, I do it. You guys have a good one. Bye.